The year is finally coming to an end. We've had some laughs. We've had some cries. This is the final volume of this series. Unfortunately, it got axed way too damn soon. We had some bloopers. I'm trying to get all of Tatsuki Fujimoto's stuff. What the fuck was that? And there was also times where I thought I was losing my sanity. I don't know what's scarier, the two-headed skeleton behind me, or the fact that 3 of the volumes that I'm talking about today are high school romances. So as we head into the year 2024, which does not sound like a real year, here's one final manga haul for the year 2023. Up first is Shonen Note Volume 5. I'll be real, I didn't even realize this one released. It's just not something that I've been keeping up with because I'm so bad at keeping up with release dates now that Right Stuff is gone. I ended up spotting this when I picked something else up. I still need to read this series. Up next is Die Dark Volume 6. I still need to give the whole series like a good reread just because I can't decide if I like it or not. Like, the art is amazing. The like general aesthetic of the series is really fucking cool because it's like a gritty space epic, which that's just so up my alley. But from what I've read so far, it's nothing too gripping yet. So I think I'm just gonna read everything up to Volume 6, and that's when I'll decide if I truly want to keep reading this series or if I just want to sell it off and make space for something else. I do want to get into this though, just because I know Dore Hedoro is like super popular amongst people. So yeah, I definitely want to just get into this, like actually sink my teeth into it. So just a little side tangent. When I went to go buy Die Dark Volume 6, the cashier was like, "Oh hey, since you're a premium member, we're giving away these little booklets." So I got H.P. Lovecraft Gothic Tales. This is just like just short stories, but I'll be real. Am I gonna read this? No. Up next is Go-Go Loser Ranger Volume 7. I feel like I've been waiting for the anime for like well over a year now. I don't even remember when the first like teaser trailer came out. And somehow every time I get a volume of Go-Go Loser Ranger in, I always have some update about the quintessential quintuplets for some reason. Just a weird coincidence. But this time around, as you can see back here, I have this Itsuki figure. I'm not buying these figures. I haven't purchased a single one of these anime girl figures. It's just that I have a friend who's also a fan of the quintuplets. And for the past 3 years on my birthday, he's been giving me one of the quintuplets. And I guess this year, it's Itsuki, who is the okayest of the 5. Up next is Blue Box Volume 9. I really am enjoying this series. Just because like every match that's in this manga is played out like it's life or death situation for these like teenage boys. And it's just funny to me. Low-key, I kind of wish El Salvador would do like a Blue Lock of their own just so we can actually compete in the World Cup. Anyways, this dude, he basically just looks like Koichi's girlfriend from JoJo's Part 4. Up next is Takopi's Original Sin. So this is made by Tizen 5, the same creator as Ichinose Family Sins, and that recently ended. I know the sentiment amongst a lot of people, including myself, is that it did kind of fall off at the end. But overall, I did genuinely enjoy the Ichinose Family Deadly Sins. This is their first work. It's originally 2 volumes, but Viz Media just made it 2 in 1, which I do like, so I didn't have to wait for a second volume. I want to give this a read. Apparently, it's like super emotional. And I can't wait to see how this goes. Maybe I'll give a review of it. Probably not. Don't ever put your hopes up. Up next is Fist of the North Star Volume 11. I say this every time. These are such nice quality hardcovers. I recently bought this literally the day before I'm filming this because Barnes & Noble is doing a sale for hardcovers. Unfortunately, it's not as good as it was a couple years ago. Not even a couple years ago, just last year it was 50% off. Now it's just 33% off. But you know what? A deal's a deal. I'll take it. I'm a little behind on these. I probably should catch up on these soon. I do genuinely love this series. It takes itself so seriously, but it's just goofy. Great read. I highly recommend. Up next is Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead Volume 12. This is a spicy cover. The anime has been like very popular, but I know that episodes have just been delayed like crazy. I believe because of broadcasting schedule issues, and I believe also that there was they just didn't finish animating some episodes, which is crazy. Hopefully they get their shit together for a second season. By the time this video is released, the first season should be done. I think they released like the last couple episodes on Christmas. But it's crazy that that was even a problem to begin with. Great series. Honestly, getting a second season is just kind of up in the air. So you should just read it just in case we don't get a second season, because it is a lot of fun. Up next is Blue Box Volume 7. Speaking of anime, we just got the first trailer for the Blue Box anime. I probably won't be watching the anime just because there's other stuff I want to watch and I've already read it. Maybe if the anime actually shows more of the sports stuff, I'll probably watch it. But for now, I'm just satisfied with the manga. But if you are into romances, I do recommend just waiting for the anime, because odds are that's going to be pretty good. Speaking of anime adaptations, here's Sakamoto Days Volume 10. Y'all better hop on this manga before it does get an actual anime, because when this fucking anime drops, I will be gatekeeping. Sakamoto Days, low-key, is like the thing I look forward to most, like every Sunday when I'm reading my Shonen Jump. It is so good. The action is so amazing. The character designs go so hard. Look how fucking good this cover is. I genuinely recommend Sakamoto Days over literally everything else in my collection. It's at the 10 volume mark, so it's not too bad for people who are just getting into manga. Highly recommend. Great series. Moving on. Up next is Chainsaw Man Volume 13. Speaking of gatekeeping, we should have gatekept Chainsaw Man from people who lack a reading comprehension. The manga isn't super complex, but the way that some people will be saying shit on Twitter that makes no sense is genuinely very worrying. Peak series, I do own almost everything from Tatsuki Fujimoto, and I probably will keep collecting all this shit. Yeah. And finally, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 21. I haven't been watching the latest episodes just because I want to binge it all once it's finished, which it should be by the time this video comes out. But hearing how some of the working conditions MAPPA employees are going through, especially considering some of the episodes aren't even finished apparently, is insane. And I truly hope that MAPPA has some like overhaul which doesn't torture its employees. Like, MAPPA genuinely needs to give their animators time to just animate properly and not overwork them to death. Not just for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, but for like any upcoming project they have. They should not be torturing their employees. But on the other side, just read the manga, because this shit is peak. Since it's the end of the year and this manga haul is a little bit shorter than I wanted to, I'm gonna throw in some other stuff that I got this month. Starting off with this, the Nagatoro Nendoroid. I am in too deep for this Nagatoro shit. I have been wanting this Nendoroid for so fucking long, and we finally have it. I haven't opened it up yet, obviously, but just from the outside, it looks pretty good. It might be the lighting, but I think her skin tone's a little too light, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm slowly but surely building up an Nendoroid collection, because I now officially have 3, and I'm happy to have this one in my collection. Finally, Dragon Ball The Magic Begins. I don't know what country this is from, but this is a live action Dragon Ball movie that my brother got me for my birthday. I knew of this movie's existence. I haven't watched it yet. I did not know that it had a DVD out. I believe the whole movie is already on YouTube, so if you just want to look up Dragon Ball The Magic Begins, you'll probably be able to find it. I was not expecting this. This is such a weird thing that I can officially just have in my collection. I already said this, I haven't watched it yet, but I already know that this is better than the dumpster fire that is Dragon Ball Evolution. That about does it for this video. Unfortunately, a train is passing by and dogs are barking, so I gotta wrap this up quickly. I don't know when my next video is gonna be released, but I know that the next video will be a tour of my complete manga collection. So stay tuned for that. Have a happy new year. Yeah! I don't know how to finish this shit. Never will.